When guys talk EVs, one worry always comes up: battery fires. Tesla says that risk could end in 2026, with 3 new battery choices on the table: aluminum-ion, sodium-ion, and solid-state. Today, we'll break down what each means for safety, cost, and real-world driving. Which one would you trust under your garage roof? Is the cheaper sodium-ion good enough for daily commutes? Or is solid-state finally tough enough to survive long road trips without drama? We'll dig in right now. You're watching AutoGearshift. Straight Tesla talk, numbers first, no hype. If the specs look different from last week, that's because we keep things updated with the latest reports. And hey, we're about to cross 10,333 subscribers. If you like clear, no-nonsense Tesla updates, hit subscribe and ring the bell. It helps us keep running in supercharger mode. How does Tesla's aluminum-ion battery completely eliminate fire risk, once and for all? What if Tesla aluminum batteries could get rid of all the risks that come with lithium today? We choose EVs for a cleaner future, for savings, for smart tech. But with lithium, the trade-off feels too big. Our safety. Living in fear, never knowing when it might blow. Don't worry. Tesla has the answer. They are designing a battery pack that doesn't have the flammable liquid electrolyte like in lithium ones. Nothing to burn, nothing to ignite. The core material here is pure aluminum, and it brings a natural advantage that graphite, silicon, or carbonate in lithium batteries never had: superior heat resistance. Lithium starts running into risk once temperatures pass about 120 degrees Celsius, but aluminum keeps working perfectly in the 200 to 250 degrees Celsius range. That's basically double the thermal safety window. But there's a massive change no one is talking about yet. That's the aluminum cathode superstructure Tesla is testing from Q3 this year. Why does it matter? Instead of a flat, closed cathode like in traditional lithium batteries, the solid aluminum cathode is designed as a honeycomb lattice of thousands of nano-microhexagons. This 3D honeycomb increases the cathode surface area 5 times and spreads heat about 40 times faster than lithium. Aluminum stands up strongly to heat and now even cools itself. High temps are no longer a threat. This technology then will reach absolute safety with a nanoceramic coating only 0.5 micrometers thin, only about 1/100th the thickness of a human hair. This coating smooths the cathode surface, letting aluminum ions flow evenly. That means no more traffic jams of energy that turn into hidden hotspots and eventually explosions. This structure wipes out the battery industry's worst nightmare: dendrites, those tiny metal spikes that grow inside lithium cells, puncture separators, then trigger shorts and fires. With aluminum, they simply don't appear. No complex cooling systems, no heavy protective shells. The battery itself is the safety system. Tesla is cutting out the danger at its root to protect their customers. The ultimate benefit is peace of mind when we're driving an EV. The fire risk is 99.3% eliminated, even if the pack overheats or takes a heavy hit. That's especially huge for drivers in America's hottest regions: Arizona deserts, Death Valley, or summer roads in Florida and Texas. Long trips get easier when you never have to worry about hidden shorts inside the pack. Driving continuously for 12 to 14 hours in temperatures of 110 to 115 degrees Fahrenheit and actual temperatures between the car and the road surface can reach 90 degrees. Celsius will not overwork the aluminum batteries. They will never exceed 60 degrees Celsius, blocking every scenario of swelling, sparks, or fire. In Tesla's internal crash tests, the fire risk of aluminum-ion batteries drops to just 0.05%, meaning only 1 in 2,000 packs caught fire under extreme collision conditions. They're roughly 50 times safer than typical lithium-ion batteries, which have a fire risk of about 2.5% in similar crashes. With a lithium battery, friction and impact forces can spike cell temps to 90 to 100 degrees Celsius. Once separators rupture, flammable electrolyte leaks out, metal sparks fly, and the worst-case scenario begins. With aluminum, cells rise only to about 70 to 80 degrees Celsius in the safe zone. And even if they break open, there's no liquid fuel to catch fire, no chain reaction spreading flames. In the same situation where dendrites inside lithium would trigger shorts and explosions, aluminum cells simply still stay put, warm a little, and keep everything under control. That kind of absolute safety is exactly what we need in EVs carrying our families and the little grandkids we love. Every ride feels protected, every mile feels secure, and your car becomes a place of trust, not risk. You can park outside in Texas heat or cruise through the Arizona desert without a single worry about what's happening under the floor of your car, or whether your battery turns into a weak point. With aluminum batteries, Tesla is redefining peace of mind on the road. Would you believe Tesla's aluminum battery could wipe out lithium and all its risks we've been living with for years? If you're waiting for this tech to bring absolute safety to your family and every long road trip in America, drop a zero fire risk in the comments to let us know. How does Elon Musk's battery last longer than any other battery on Earth? Once EV owners feel safe on the road, the next question comes up. How long will their battery actually last? Now imagine a battery pack that could hold 3 million miles. That's insane. And that's also exactly how far an EV can go before its aluminum battery needs replacement. Most lithium-ion batteries in current EVs, like in Tesla Model 3 and Model Y, are good for about 300,000 to 500,000 miles. That means they'll drop to roughly 80% capacity after that point. And then the process of going down from 80% to 50% capacity only happens somewhere around the next 100,000 miles of driving. But Musk's aluminum battery? It rewrites everything we know about battery life, not just hundreds of thousands of miles anymore. Now it's 3 million. The battery pack can last a lifetime. Why does it last so long? Aluminum ion once again fixes the weaknesses of lithium electrolytes. In lithium-ion batteries, carbonate solvents evaporate and break down, or after each charge cycle. This process creates solid deposits on the electrodes, making lithium ions harder to move and gradually reducing battery capacity, the classic battery degradation. Aluminum-ion batteries, on the other hand, use gel polymer electrolytes, which has a very high boiling point of 300 degrees Celsius, does not evaporate at normal pressure, and does not form solid deposits, limiting capacity loss over time. There's also no need to worry about fast charging wearing out the battery. At high temperatures above 70 degrees Celsius, unlike lithium-ion which loses efficiency, aluminum ions move more easily, allowing very high currents to flow and enabling ultra-fast charging without overheating. That's why current lithium-ion batteries can only fast charge at 3 to 5 C, but aluminum-ion batteries can handle up to 100 C, reaching 80% charge in about 3 minutes and 100% in under 5. Here's what it all comes down to. With just a few minutes per charge at high temperatures and a non-volatile electrolyte, aluminum batteries can survive after 20,000 charge cycles, 3 million miles, and still keep nearly 90% of their capacity. As an American, we on average drive about 12,000 miles a year, and that means this battery in an EV could last roughly 200 years of driving. That's roughly 7 times the lifespan of a Hyundai Ioniq 5 used daily for 30 years, and even over 11 times the lifespan of a Chevrolet Bolt's 17-year battery. With such a lifespan, aluminum batteries are no longer consumable. They become long-term assets. A battery pack can last for many generations of cars. The car dies, but the battery still lives. This completely changes the economics of EVs. The biggest maintenance cost for EVs, or rather for the battery, is completely eliminated. Spending $13,000 to $22,000 on a new battery is also no longer necessary. And more importantly, a Tesla with a like-new aluminum battery won't lose value quickly like we see with the Model S or Model X, which can lose up to 65% of their original value in the first 3 years. After 10 years, if owners want to upgrade to a new car, they can still sell a Tesla with an aluminum battery for only about 20% less than its original price, getting nearly the full purchase value back. And there you have it. Tesla's aluminum-ion battery is changing not just the game, but the whole world. It's giving us all a worry-free way to drive more safely. No worry about maintenance costs, or searching for the cheapest battery replacement option. That's our coming future, where the average American doesn't have to choose between their wallet and the planet. Despite years of improvements in cooling systems, thermal management, and software controls, lithium-ion packs still make some drivers nervous every time another EV fire hits the news. Now, Elon Musk has hinted that Tesla may switch to sodium-ion batteries for the upcoming $25,000 Model 2 in 2026. That raises the big question: could sodium-ion finally end the fire risk for EVs? How much safer are sodium-ion packs compared to today's lithium cells? What trade-offs might drivers face in range and weight? And could this technology make budget EVs more appealing for everyday buyers? That's what we'll break down in today's video. Why are lithium-ion batteries prone to fire? The fire risk tied to today's EVs comes down to one well-known weakness: lithium-ion chemistry. When a cell is punctured, overcharged, or exposed to sustained heat, the internal reaction can accelerate uncontrollably, a chain event known as thermal runaway. Temperatures inside the cell can climb from a stable 40 to 50 degrees Celsius operating range to well over 500 degrees Celsius in under a minute, hot enough to ignite the flammable electrolyte and spread flames across neighboring cells. Unlike sodium or other less reactive elements, lithium reacts violently with moisture and oxygen, amplifying the danger once a casing is breached. Most modern EV packs are engineered with cooling plates and safety vents, but the underlying chemistry leaves little margin for error. The electrolyte commonly used in lithium-ion cells has a flash point near 230 degrees Celsius, which means once runaway begins, the pack can transition from smoke to open fire in seconds. By comparison, industrial sodium-based chemistries tested in the lab often remain stable until closer to 300 degrees Celsius, highlighting the gap Tesla is now looking to exploit. Real-world incidents have shown how this risk can damage trust. While the probability of an EV fire remains lower per mile than that of a gasoline car, the sheer visibility of each case magnifies its impact. A single blaze can wipe out years of marketing about safety, especially when footage of a Tesla engulfed in flames circulates globally within hours. This is why Musk's talk of sodium-ion is not just about cost or materials. It directly targets the most persistent fear holding buyers back. So do you think it's time for Tesla to finally say goodbye to lithium batteries? If you agree, drop a quick "bye-bye lithium" in the comments below. The solution is coming. What makes sodium-ion safer? Sodium-ion batteries gain their edge from chemistry that is simply more stable under stress. In laboratory trials, most sodium-ion cells resist thermal runaway until temperatures climb beyond 200 to 250 degrees Celsius, compared with lithium-ion cells that can begin cascading reactions closer to 180 to 200 degrees Celsius. That extra 30 to 50 degrees may sound modest, but in a sealed EV pack it can mean the difference between a localized fault and a runaway chain reaction that engulfs the entire module. Once runaway begins, a lithium cell can soar past 500 degrees Celsius in under a minute, while sodium-ion prototypes in abuse testing often plateau well below 300 degrees Celsius, dissipating energy without crossing the ignition threshold. Crash simulations highlight another key difference. When punctured by a nail or compressed under mechanical force, lithium-ion cells tend to vent flammable electrolyte and ignite almost instantly. In similar tests with sodium-ion, the cells frequently bulge, leak, or drop voltage but fail to produce open flames. For a driver, that translates to a disabled car rather than a fireball. Even in extreme overcharge scenarios, where lithium cells have been recorded spiking from 100 degrees Celsius to 400 degrees Celsius in less than 90 seconds, sodium-ion equivalents rise slower and level off, giving onboard safety systems a chance to cut power before catastrophe. The chemistry of the electrolyte itself reinforces this advantage. Conventional lithium-ion uses carbonate-based solvents with flashpoints around 230 degrees Celsius, highly vulnerable once runaway accelerates. By contrast, many sodium formulations under development incorporate higher stability solvents and additives designed to release less combustible gas under heat. Gas analysis during stress tests shows sodium-ion emitting significantly lower volumes of hydrogen and carbon monoxide, the fuels that typically feed an EV blaze. This does not eliminate risk altogether, but it sharply reduces the odds of flames jumping from one cell to another in a domino effect. Put together, these traits make sodium-ion harder to ignite, slower to escalate, and easier to contain if a fault occurs. For Tesla, that distinction is more than academic. Every viral video of a burning Model 3 or Model Y has cost the brand millions in reputation, regardless of the statistical rarity. A shift to sodium-ion in the Model 2 could mean that future accidents produce headlines about a car that shut down safely, rather than another clip of a Tesla consumed by fire. It would not make the vehicle immune to extreme abuse, but it could realistically cut the severity of the worst-case scenarios, an upgrade many budget-conscious buyers would view as worth more than a few extra miles of range. And here at autogearshift, we don't just cover sodium-ion, we dive into aluminum-ion, solid-state, and other next-gen batteries that may define Tesla's future. Check them out on our channel for a deeper look at where EV technology is really headed. How could Tesla apply sodium-ion at scale? Industrial adoption is already moving fast, led by CATL, the world's largest cell supplier with more than 260 gigawatt-hours of annual production capacity in 2024. The company unveiled its first sodium-ion line in late 2023, not as a lab prototype, but as a commercial product, shipping power banks rated at 10,000 to 12,000 milliamp hours and announcing deployments in small buses and compact city EVs with real-world ranges of about 200 to 300 kilometers per charge. That is roughly the same daily mileage most urban drivers need, proving sodium-ion can cover short-range duty without compromise. The industrial rollout also shows scalability. CATL has pledged to expand sodium-ion to 30 gigawatt-hours per year by 2026, enough to supply more than 600,000 entry-level EVs. For Tesla, the strategic case is compelling. A $25,000 Model 2 will likely carry a pack in the 40 to 50 kilowatt-hour range. If sodium-ion achieves even 120 watt-hours per kilogram, which CATL already demonstrated, a pack of that size could weigh 350 to 400 kilograms, comparable to today's LFP-based Model 3 packs, but built from far cheaper raw material. While lithium carbonate spiked above $70,000 per ton in 2022, sodium carbonate remains under $300 per ton, a cost difference of 2 orders of magnitude. That gap could shave $1,000 or more off the bill of materials for each vehicle, directly supporting Tesla's mission to deliver a mass-market EV. The other factor is safety perception. U.S. data suggests lithium-powered EVs still see about 25 fire incidents per 100,000 vehicles annually, a number critics use to fuel skepticism. If sodium-ion delivers even the 70% reduction that early crash tests imply, Tesla could cut that to roughly 7 fire cases per 100,000 cars, a shift that would fundamentally alter consumer trust. Yet even Musk cannot claim sodium-ion is fireproof. The chemistry reduces volatility, but the outcome depends on Tesla's full system integration. The strength of the casing, the efficiency of liquid cooling, and the responsiveness of the battery management system. Sodium-ion is a stronger foundation, but only if Tesla engineers build a pack that translates lab safety margins into real-world reliability. At the end of the day, sodium-ion will not make EVs invincible, But it could take Tesla a big step closer to ending the fear of fire that has haunted this industry for more than a decade. The 2026 Model 2 may become the first mass-market car to prove that safer chemistry is not just possible, but affordable. Would you trade a little driving range for a battery that's far less likely to catch fire? Do you think sodium-ion could finally silence the critics who still doubt EV safety? And if Tesla makes this move, will it be enough to convince everyday buyers to take the leap into electric? If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss our next update. What if I told you an EV could store 5 times more energy than it can with today's lithium-ion batteries? With Elon Musk's recent reveal of Tesla's groundbreaking solid-state battery technology, the whole industry is facing its biggest shift ever. Imagine charging your Tesla fully in just 10 minutes, driving over 1,600 miles on a single charge, and only needing to plug in twice a month. We'll talk about the factors that make solid-state batteries outperform traditional lithium-ion and what it means for Elon Musk's upcoming project. So stay tuned to see what's coming next. Why are solid-state batteries becoming the game-changer in electric car technology? Most electric vehicles nowadays, including Tesla's models, run on lithium-ion batteries. Inside, there is a layer of liquid electrolyte for ions to travel between the cathode and anode during charging and discharging. And because the electrolyte is flammable, it needs a separator to prevent poles from direct contact. Solid-state batteries replace that liquid entirely with a solid electrolyte. It can be a ceramic, a polymer, or some other special compound, which can be both an ion conductor and a physical separator. This completely changes the battery's structure. The non-energy separator is gone, and the components are compressed closer together. It allows the use of metallic lithium anodes, which can store nearly 10 times more ions than the graphite or silicon used in lithium-ion batteries. That's why a solid-state battery has much 20 to 40% higher energy density. But that's not even the whole story. Solid-state batteries can charge way faster, up to 2 to 3 times quicker than traditional lithium-ion batteries. What usually takes about 1 hour now can drop to just 20 to 30 minutes, thanks to solid electrolytes having much higher mechanical strength, which effectively suppresses the growth of lithium dendrites, causing short circuits. Because of this toughness, solid cells can safely handle charging currents of 5C or higher, compared to lithium-ion that max out around 1C to 2C charging rates. If Tesla nails 20-minute solid-state charging, do you think rivals like BYD or Toyota stand a chance? Yes or no? Comment down to let us know your opinion. So, how is the lifespan of solid-state batteries? Liquids can evaporate over time, and that's what's happening with lithium-ion now. Over many charge and discharge cycles, it gradually decomposes, creating chemical deposits that impede ion movement. So after around 1,000 to 1,500 cycles, or 6 to 7 years of regular use, the battery's capacity usually falls to just 70 to 80% of its original level. Solid-state batteries work differently. There's nothing to evaporate or chemically degrade. That's why they can retain more than 90% of capacity after 3,000 charge-discharge cycles. That could mean 15 to 20 years before you see any major drop in range, which is 3 times longer than lithium-ion. Solid-state batteries can outlast lithium-ion by a huge margin. But what if Tesla could also reshape the way cars are built with this technology? Tesla is always looking for ways to reduce the weight of their cars. With the structural battery pack design, this company has been able to build Model 3s that weigh just 3,500 pounds. By making the battery pack an integral part of the vehicle structure, Tesla eliminates the need for heavy covers and redundant frames that are common in traditional battery designs. The floor of the vehicle is now the battery pack. So even though Tesla's 4,680 battery cells are actually heavier than the 2,170 cells, they are still able to reduce the weight of the vehicle with this new design. But solid-state batteries could push this even further. The problem with traditional lithium-ion batteries is that they're suitcases filled with flammable liquid, which require multiple layers of insulation, making them heavier. Luckily, solid-state batteries don't have to deal with this. As they don't require thick protective casings, these cells are about 10 to 15% lighter per kilowatt-hour. Multiply that by a 100 kilowatt-hour battery pack, and you're saving the weight of a few adult passengers. When solid-state batteries are combined with Tesla's structural packs, the total mass of the solid-state battery could be reduced by another 15 to 20%, or 100 to 150 kilograms, compared to the current 4,680 battery pack. How would the upcoming 24,799 Model 2 Red transform with a solid-state battery? Using solid-state batteries is apparently the game-changer that lets Tesla offer a reliable, long-lasting EV without breaking the bank. Tesla's current lithium-ion batteries have an energy density around 250 watt-hours per kilogram, while the new solid-state batteries are expected to boost that by 50 to 60% and reach about 450 to 600 watt-hours per kilogram on average. If calculated at 450 watt-hours per kilogram on average, that means with the same battery weight, Model 2 Redwood can go about 40 to 50% farther than it does now. The real deal is, the current Tesla Model 3 standard range has a 50 kilowatt-hour lithium-ion battery, giving it a real-world range of roughly 270 to 310 miles. But with a solid-state battery, the new Model 2 Redwood's capacity could increase to 80 to 90 kilowatt-hours, pushing the range to 600 to 700 miles per charge. This would mean you could drive from Los Angeles to San Francisco without stopping, or make a round trip from New York to Washington, D.C., with battery power still left over. The solid-state battery in the Model 2 also offers a super-fast charging experience rarely seen in an affordable EV. While current Teslas take 25 to 30 minutes to charge from 10 to 80%, as they slow down after 50 to 60% to avoid overheating, the Redwood has no such limitations. We're talking about charging from 10% to 80% in just under 15 minutes, using 350 to 400 kilowatt power at Supercharger 5 stations. No more waiting nearly half an hour or worrying about the next charging station. The Model 2 Redwood brings convenience close to the ease of a 3-minute gas fill-up, while still keeping the smoothness and efficiency of an electric Tesla. Finally, for those concerned about whether an EV can really handle the extremes, the Model 2 Redwood with solid-state batteries offers a level of resilience that traditional lithium-ion simply can't match. Standard Li-ion packs perform best between about 32 degrees Fahrenheit and 122 degrees Fahrenheit, because their liquid electrolytes become sluggish in the cold and risk chemical breakdown in high heat. Solid-state batteries, on the other hand, maintain stable ion conductivity from -4 degrees Fahrenheit all the way up to around 212 degrees Fahrenheit. In a subtle comment during an interview on Jay Leno's Garage, Tesla's VP of Vehicle Engineering, Lars Moravy, revealed that the next-gen nickel battery is far more durable than current tech. Thanks to this breakthrough, Tesla will now recommend charging to 90% instead of the usual 80%, a change that could make daily use much more convenient for performance Tesla owners. But while lithium gets a boost, Tesla isn't stopping there. The real game changers are the next-generation battery projects like sodium-ion and aluminum-ion, technologies that could redefine the future of EV power. Despite the buzz around Tesla's improved lithium-nickel batteries, the most exciting part of their 2026 vision lies in these revolutionary new chemistries. How has Tesla's next-gen nickel battery achieved 4 times more durability? Tesla's VP of Vehicle Engineering, Lars Moravy, recently revealed on Jay Leno's Garage that the automaker's next-generation nickel battery has reached a major milestone. Thanks to advanced cathode doping techniques, Tesla has boosted charge retention from 83% to nearly 91%, effectively making the battery 4 times more durable than before. This breakthrough not only enhances long-term battery life, but also allows Tesla to raise the recommended daily charge from 80% to 90%, improving convenience for drivers without compromising performance. So, how exactly did Tesla achieve this improvement? The answer lies in a patent titled Doped Cathode Active Material and Method of Implementation. While technical, it explains how Tesla refines the chemical structure of nickel-based cathodes to enhance efficiency and longevity. The key innovation is cathode doping, a materials science method in which precise, small amounts of other metal elements, called dopants, are incorporated into the main cathode material during production. This process directly addresses a major weakness of conventional cathodes, which often lose a significant portion of their charge after multiple cycles. With Tesla's approach, charge retention jumps from 83% in older cathodes to nearly 91% in the new doped versions. According to the patent, a standard, non-doped cathode loses almost 20% of its energy capacity over time, whereas a doped cathode combining 4 different elements loses less than 5% over the same period. This fourfold reduction in degradation marks a critical step forward in Tesla's battery science. Technically, it's a major achievement, and the shift to a 90% recommended daily charge for newer vehicles enhances usability, extends driving range, and increases overall battery lifespan. However, despite this impressive progress, it's important to note that lithium-nickel improvements are just a stepping stone toward the revolutionary battery technologies Tesla is targeting for the future. With Tesla's next-gen nickel battery already showing 4 times more durability, the big question is, which future battery technology do you think will truly revolutionize Tesla vehicles and fit your daily driving most? A. 4,680 lithium cells. B. Aluminum ion. C. Sodium ion. Drop your choice in the comments and tell us why. Now let's find out about Tesla's future battery choice. Would you prefer a car that charges in minutes or one that costs less to own? How soon do you think your next Tesla could come with one of these next-gen batteries? If you found this video useful, don't forget to like, subscribe to AutoGearshift, and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest Tesla updates and insider analysis.